These are three Warren Buffett dividend stocks that have paid the most out in dividends this year. Berkshire Hathaway receives tens of billions of dollars in dividend payments each year from Warren Buffett dividend stocks. Kraft Heinz, the consumer products company, is one that Warren Buffett says he will never sell. Coca-Cola, the beverage giant, is a cash-producing machine that returns billions of dollars to shareholders each year. Chevron, the oil and gas giant, is one of Buffett's biggest dividend payers, and he's been buying more shares. Let's dive in. Warren Buffett collects $2.1 billion in dividends every year from these three stocks. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. It's no secret Warren Buffett loves companies that pay dividends. While he refuses to allow Berkshire Hathaway to pay any to shareholders, he enjoys collecting those checks from the businesses he owns. Buffett believes he can deliver superior returns for his shareholders if he allows them to make decisions for themselves. He's probably right. Since becoming chairman of Berkshire Hathaway in 1964, he has generated overall returns of 4,384,748% by the end of 2023. In contrast, the S&P 500 achieved over 31,000% returns. That means Buffett's compounded annual growth rate of 19.8% beat the benchmark index by nearly 2 to 1. Most investors will have a tough time doing that in 1 year. Buffett's done it for 60 years. The Oracle of Omaha collected around $6 billion in dividends last year. That's without doing anything but holding onto the shares of companies he already owns. But that's only from his publicly traded stocks. In Buffett's 2020 Berkshire Hathaway shareholder letter, he revealed that his wholly owned railroad, BNSF, paid him $41.8 billion in dividends since it was acquired in 2010. So, which are Buffett's best dividend stocks? Based on the amount collected, Bank of America will generate nearly $1 billion in dividends this year. Apple will deliver another $860 million. Yet I'm looking for the top stocks, so I wanted dividends that yielded at least twice the average yield of the S&P 500's 1.4% yield. Bank of America stock just missed the cut at 2.7%, while Apple pays a miserly 0.5%. The following three Warren Buffett dividend stocks yield over 3% each and, in return, will mail Oracle $2.1 billion in checks this year. Number 1. Kraft Heinz. Packaged food stock Kraft Heinz is the seventh largest holding in Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett owns 325.6 million shares worth $11.8 billion. With a yield of 4.4%, it is the highest yielding stock in the portfolio, which is set to deliver $520.5 million in dividends. That's not too shabby for a stock Buffett to consider a mistake. His holdings are the result of Buffett helping private equity firm 3G Capital Management to take control of H.J. Heinz in 2013 and then helping engineer the ketchup maker's acquisition of Kraft Foods 2 years later. While Buffett believes the Heinz deal was good, he feels he overpaid for Kraft. Since acquiring Heinz, Buffett's total return on the stock has been less than 18% compared to a 344% return by the S&P 500. The company owns a portfolio of top-name brands like Kraft and Heinz and Jell-O, Kool-Aid, and Maxwell House Coffee. $500,000 a year in dividends can soften the blow of paltry returns, and Buffett says he will never sell Kraft Heinz stock. Number 2. Coca-Cola. It's likely no surprise Coca-Cola is on the list since it's been known for years as a cash-producing machine. Buffett famously bought the beverage giant's stock after Coca-Cola sent him a can of cherry Coke in the 1980s. He ended up selling out of his PepsiCo holdings and today owns 400 million shares of Coke worth $23.5 billion. That's a 9.3% share of the company, accounting for over 6% of Berkshire Hathaway. Coca-Cola stock yields 3.3%, so Buffett will receive dividend checks this year amounting to $775.6 million from the Soda King. Of course, Coca-Cola is much more than just a soda jerk today. It has a broad swath of the beverage market, including water, tea, juices, and energy drinks. Although Buffett doesn't really buy and sell the company's shares anymore, preferring to just hold for the long term, Coke tends to be an all-weather stock. Cans of soda and other beverages are indulgences consumers will enjoy regardless of economic conditions. This is why it continues to thrive, and Buffett will likely never sell his holdings. Number 3. Chevron. The brightest dividend star in Berkshire Hathaway has to be oil and gas giant Chevron. Buffett owns over 126 million shares valued at $20.5 billion. That puts the oil stock fifth in the portfolio. Buffett was selling shares of the energy company last year as he scooped up more shares of Occidental Petroleum because of its position in the Permian Basin. But in last year's fourth quarter, he became a buyer again. Chevron is also a giant in the oil-rich Permian, and its pending acquisition of Hess will give it access to the lucrative Guyana market. That is, if ExxonMobil doesn't muck it up. With Chevron stock yielding 4% a year, Buffett stands to receive $822 million in dividends this year. This will be an income stream that goes on for years and years as fossil fuel demand continues to grow. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.